Hello. There was not supposed to be sound, everybody. I was checking on stuff. How are we doing? Hello, welcome. Oh, let's see. Oh, shit. Already starting strong. Bumping the mic. Right. That's better. Sure, that's fine. Oh, goodness. Thank you. Everything's going well on my end, more or less. I'm gonna catch up on the chat here. No, not top chat. Live chat. You. Awful website. You. Yeah, it just seems like it's all... Oh, okay, that's what that... Yeah. Cool. How does it feel to be famous? Oh, thank you, Nick. I like this get up. How does it feel to be famous? Hi, Ian. It feels... I'm not famous yet. I guess fame is relative, isn't it? It sort of depends on... Goodness, I'm just going, huh? I don't know. It feels okay, I guess. I don't know what that means. I guess this is the position that I'm going to be in, so I'm going to tilt my camera ever so slightly down. How does that feel? That feels okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? So I have some wine here. It's slow press Cabernet. It is quite good. Not sure. I have like maybe at least one glass, maybe two glasses left. I need to drink this shit because it's on its way out. I've had this bottle open for a while. I'm going to hold on to that. Even though I know later on when I go to refill, I'm going to be disappointed. It's not very much. But that's okay. Oh, Sarah Sunflower. That's unfortunate. About your migraine. Yikes. No boxed wine. No, I ran out. I went... Why did I... Oh, that's right. I was talking to my girlfriend and her boyfriend the other night, and my girlfriend was drinking, and I was like, I don't know, I want to get drunk too, so I went and bought some wine. I haven't even started drinking yet, and I wasn't going to get boxed wine, but I figured I'm not going to do any live streams anytime soon, so I'll just get a bottle of the nice stuff that I really like. And I did that, and then I recorded the video that is going to come out eventually, and passed 9,000 subs, and those were sort of the two artificial barriers that I put in front of doing another live stream, since I was doing so many for a hot minute that they were taking up all of my time when I should have been making the video that I just put out. I'm going to adjust this. I did buy the Rhine River, you're right. Dang. This daylight stuff's real darn prominent. Oof, phase 10, huh? Ian, who is on my shirt? That is Roxy from Homestuck. This light is real dang prominent. If that doesn't fix it, then nothing will. It's okay. That's better. Yeah. Gotta get that sickly green look. Yes. Fucking nerd. Get out of here. What's that cool glowing thing behind me? That is a Christmas ball. It's something that my mom made a long time ago, actually. And it's yeah, I don't know. That's about the best I got as far as what that thing is. It's something that my cousin repaired for me for Christmas, and she'd had it for a really long time. That my mom made over 10 years ago, obviously. And yeah, I don't know. I guess it hadn't worked. Yeah, there you go. First drink of the night. Yeah, that wine's definitely been open for a week, but it's not quite sour yet, so we're good. So I got some questions, and y'all can always submit more. I'm gonna it's only half vinegar. Obviously I'm responding to the chat, so it's whatever, but I just dropped the link to my Curious Cat. So if you have like a long form question that you want to throw my way, you can put it there. Sarah Sunflower, can I play you a ditty on my guitar? I guess I can eventually. Maybe. All right, I'm gonna come clean here. So, on what am I thinking of? It's been a long day, y'all. It's been a long week. On Google AdSense, I am at. Can I play you a titty on my guitar? Man, I don't know. That sounds like it would hurt, honestly. Actually. Yeah, so on Google AdSense, which is where YouTube sends all of its all of your ad revenue, which includes like super chats and stuff, I am at $93, and I'm not even technically there yet, but that's how much I have accrued overall. And this Christian Minecraft keeping that meme alive, huh? And AdSense has a really arbitrary rule, or not rule, but basically like they won't distribute any of the money that you've made in ad revenue or super chats until you've passed $100. And I'm at 93. And like, it won't, the way that it works is like, it doesn't pay out. It doesn't, the money that you make on super chats and stuff on YouTube doesn't even get registered on your AdSense account until like a full calendar month later. So there are chats that I got like, what, 2-3 weeks ago that I got that I still are not on my Google AdSense thing. So yes, Sarah Sunflower, that's the deal, as if I'm soliciting, encouraging people to give me money on Super Chat so that I can get the money that I already fucking have. Counselor Geeks, yeah, I get it. I get that they'd be paying transaction fees on a few bucks to pay out. I get it, but yeah, I feel like it could still like afford to be lower, you know? I don't know. Also, so our heating is going to be going off. Yeah, when I said arbitrary, I didn't mean to insinuate that there wasn't a reason. I know there is a reason. I just, I don't know. I'm being a YouTuber, being flippant, as YouTubers are wont to be. Let's see. Am I still at 6? Ah, snap, Nick. You done did it. Wow. I agree. Thanks. Give Sarah money, Google. I agree. Oh, snap, George. Whoa. Don't tell. You fixed it. Everybody fixed it. Y'all are fixing it real good. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I can get paid now. That's nice. Emily, for putting the words of a Tom Cruise movie in my mouth. You're banned. So, good job. Make 701 the new meme. I mean, with it seems like with Homestuck, it's just like anytime there's a number that occurs, it becomes a number that must reoccur. So yeah, why not 701? Can you ask for people for money now? Yeah, I guess. I'm still asking for money. But I mean, I'm not a cop. I can't stop you from doing anything. Anyway, yeah, our heater is going to be going off a lot because it's like fucking 20 degrees outside. And fuck that. Yeah, so you can send the link to your GoFundMe. That's totally cool. Yeah, 701 gang. 701. What area code is 701? Hold on a second. Oh, that's North Dakota. That's the entire state of North Dakota. Okay. Pfft. I thought, why is that number suddenly taking something for me? I don't know. Mixtemi Democ. Is that so? Oh, so the prefix MX. I've been pronouncing that mix. I don't know if that's how people are doing it, but yeah, Patreon does have a better payout. They do. They don't actually have a minimum. So basically, if somebody pledges $1, you get slightly less than $1 because they do have like fees that they charge, but it's a pretty small chunk of the donation. But you just get that because they have to charge everybody's card anyway. So yeah. Yeah, Council of Geeks. I know that Patreon is threatening. I've looked into it, and like Dan Olson has a thread about Patreon's stuff where he says, you know, there's a as likely as it looks that they are going to be changing soon. They're probably not going to change anytime like in the near future. So it's sort of like a long-term worry, and I don't know. Every major change that they've made so far has had a lot of like public backlash. So I don't know. I have hope that one of these fucking companies is going to have some common sense, but I don't know. There are a lot of other services that do subscription things that work real great. DFC Noah, thanks. On my shirt. I guess that's the first question that I'm going to answer then. Although I guess I've already answered questions that are just not. Oh, real quick. Everybody, copy link address and paste. Oh, that's, what the fuck? That's a bad way to do that. GoFundMe won't let you donate. Yeah. $7.01. That's funny. Oh, Isaac, thank you for the 701. Oh God, we're really doing this, huh? Y'all, so real quick, Sarah Sunflower just posted a link to her GoFundMe, and y'all should go throw money that way because she needs the help. So yeah. Let's see. Logan G, if it ain't broke, still make it worse somehow. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, they can't afford to have common sense. They have investors to please. Right. So DFC Noah, I'm not gonna go into specific detail about the Homestuck ending, because I know there are people here who are in the process of reading Homestuck that haven't read it. So I'm just gonna say that I like it. Yeah, it is the other Sarah Z who only just today followed me on Twitter, which kind of surprised me. I'm not bitter about it. This is a weird thing to do while she's watching. Let's see. She actually sent me a question, both on Twitter and on Curious Cat. Who is flying the plane? Chat, make some noise for the ultimate Sarah Z. You hit 9. Oh, thank you. There's so many Sarahs hit. Fair enough, Sarah. I get you. As many times as I've tried to start some kind of Twitter beef with you for ages. I only I guess, you know, yeah, I don't get too many like Twitter follows these days, although I have gotten a number recently, but so yeah, I did notice your follow, which, like, I'm being 100% facetious when I'm acting like it's a whole ordeal. It's not a whole ordeal at all. I really don't care. I just thought it was funny. Let's see. Foiled. Emily, that was a pretty good contra joke. It was interesting, your little video mashup you made. So yeah, fellow YouTuber Sarah Z has the question: what inspired you to make videos? What's your process for creating new content? And if you were a Pokemon type IRL, which would you be and why? So to the latter, that's 3 questions. You're pushing your luck there, Sarah. Quit it. So if I were a Pokemon type IRL, I'm gonna go work backwards here. It would probably be I hate to do like fairy type because she's gay, but it's because I love Sylveon, and I don't just love Sylveon because like she's a transgender meme, because I actually have Joe. Oh, thank you for another 701. Jeez, y'all aren't okay. Because yeah, Sylveon is for sure trans, but I just love Sylveon so much, and I've shared this story a million times. But there was a point where I was in Pokemon Refresh in Sun, and just came out of a battle, and my beautiful Kiss Girl was covered in dirt, and she looked sad. Oh no, it wasn't she was covered in dirt. She was like paralyzed or something, and she looked really sad. And so I rubbed the heel stick on her, and then she got better. And she did such a happy dance that I started crying, because I was just so happy that she was happy. So yeah, that's sort of how I feel. I would probably be fairy type for that reason. I'm going to put the Curious Cat link in the basic info. What? Yeah. Okay. All right. Next part of that question. So what's the process for making new content? I just sort of, for the podcast, I just kind of talk. I make like a short list. I have my little notebook here that I'm about to have to buy a new one. I've almost filled it up, but I basically will just fill up a page with like bullet points and talk about that. And it's usually just based on whatever thoughts I've got going at the time and whether or not I have an episode of the podcast that needs to go up. For the show, for like the YouTube show, I have just sort of a long list of different subjects that I would like to do. And it's literally just, whatever I friggin', oh, Sarah, that is, you say concept notebook scans as a Patreon reward. That's literally a part of my $5 reward tier. It is the two things that you 100% always get at the $5 tier is both my unedited scripts and my notes. So I take pictures of all of the of all of those things. Well, it's okay, Sarah. I don't expect people to have like watched all of or to have read all of my Patreon tiers and everything. But yeah, no, I take a lot of notes and stuff. So Mordhammer, thank you so much. I like your 2 exclamation points. Thank you for the 701. It's amazing that this is just becoming a thing now. So for my process for creating creating new content is just sort of, I wish I had a better system. It's just like I'll have a thought and I'll open up a blank Google Doc and type for a few minutes, and if it feels like there's actually a thesis there, I just put it on the whiteboard and say, yep, that's a video I'm going to do. And right now I'm kind of trying to force myself to not follow the whims of my passion the way I usually do, because that tends to put me in a position where I don't feel like doing anything. So the video that is about to come out is about the politics of the McElroys, which started off as just an exploration of the politics of Monster Factory, and I realized that I was talking about their entire canon at a certain point and needed to expand it. And the video that I'm going to put out by the end of the month is why you should read Homestuck. And I'm just sort of putting those as like, that's what I am doing. And I'm also trying to get myself to, yeah, Optimistic Duelist is excited about my why you should read Homestuck video. He actually recorded a section for me already. The premier Homestuck specialist. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I'm trying to also get to a point where I do more videos a month, because I spend a lot of time researching things, like getting ready for the McElroy video took forever because they have a lot of content. And it's very easy to just get lost in it and forget that you're supposed to be taking notes. So I'm trying to force myself to make videos that are smaller in scope in between the bigger ones, so I don't just do one video a month. Well, Optimistic Duelist, it's surreal that you recorded stuff for me when I've been a fan of yours for a while. So it's sort of before I was like famous, way before I had 9,000 subs. So it's like, I don't know. It's surreal on both sides. Emily, you're not doing anything to help the case of getting you the fuck out of chat jail, because it's happening. Okay, the last part of Sarah Z's question, what inspired me to make videos? I am not entirely sure, besides the fact that I have a lot of... Oh, Nick, thank you for donating in Sarah Sunflower's place. And Sarah, I saw it sucks that they won't let you donate less than $1. So thank you. That's wonderful. Y'all are so generous. But I don't know. I've always been an opinionated person. I've always like I used to write a lot of reviews, and I always really liked making videos. I have videos going back for a very long time, most of which are mercifully locked behind many barred doors. But I don't know. Like a lot of the early YouTube opinion havers always really inspired me. I really liked Egoraptor's Sequelitis series, and I really liked the Plinkett reviews. The prequel reviews that he did were sort of a big inspiration for me, even though I am incredibly critical of that entire sort of approach now, and especially of those videos. But they still were a big influence on me, and I still kind of think of them as like a stylistic watermark. There's a lot to be learned from the prequel videos, I think, in terms of integrating like a narrative with a video essay. I don't know. I was also like, I was a big fan. Thank you, Jacob. I was a big fan of Egoraptor since his earliest days on Newgrounds. And I remember watching Metal Gear Awesome and those videos like ages ago when they came out. And so I've watched Game Grumps since the day that it started, and I was also a fan of JonTron for a long time. He was actually a big influence on me. His early videos, there were several that I had memorized because my friends and I all watched them like back to back, and we just laughed our asses off. Shame about JonTron, eh? Thank you, Elusive Entity. Thank you for liking my content. And yeah, I liked YMS. I don't know. There's a lot of people that I really liked, and yeah, too bad JonTron is terrible. Anyway, the point of that digression was that I was always very sad that Game Grumps got so big that that Egoraptor stopped doing his own animations. I was a little disappointed in that. Zoe, thank you for saying my makeup looks lovely today. I'm literally not wearing any. I just like 2 minutes ago or 40 minutes ago shaved, so my face looks okay, and the camera, I don't know, the camera does things. What do I actually look like? Take me to OBS. Oh yeah, there's light screwing around with stuff, so I appreciate it. Let's see. What else we got? But yeah. Not wearing makeup is the new makeup. And I actually still kind of like Game Grumps. I just don't. I watch them very occasionally. They're very safe these days. But yeah, the point of that is what inspired me to make videos is just seeing other people doing interesting things, but like combining art with opinions. That was always the stuff that really stuck with me, and that's what I wanted to do. So that's always been in my head, is trying to find a way to combine artistic expression and opinion having. I don't know. New Pokemon, yay or nay? Yay. I feel like we literally don't have enough information to form a solid opinion, yay or nay. I watched the trailer live as it happened. I thought about live streaming it, but it was so short and it was so early in the fucking morning. But it was good. I don't know. I'm excited. I like the Emily, you know I just ramble. That's how I... Yeah, curiosity. It's a shame that... yeah, it's a shame about Nick Robinson. I didn't know... I've seen Nick Robinson pop back up on Twitter recently. I didn't know that he did new videos that got popular. Ugh. Serena, yes, those are very good. That is exactly the description of the new starters, and I like them a lot. Is it Jeterson, Beaterson, Peterson, or is it Jordan Borden Peterson? It's... Oh no, he did a video on Hatsune Miku? Yikes. Ugh, that's a shame. Zapitowski, have I played Osu? I downloaded it at a certain point because I saw it was a VR, or it could play in VR, and I messed around with it for like 10 minutes, and then I never picked it back up again. I've thought about it. I don't know. It didn't seem... generally Japanese rhythm games, especially ones that are on PC, they seem really hard to pick up. I don't know. The thing with Osu in VR is just like it's just on a flat plane, but it's like spherical wrapped around you. I don't know. Jolkin, Rolkin, Tolkien. No! Oh, George Martin Martin. I hate all of these. Yikes. Splunarities. What did Splunarities? Jeb Beppison. Oh no, that's a good one. Nick, thank you for bringing that to my attention. And Sublunarities, good joke. That's a very good. Oh, Suis Lewis. Yikes. Jowling, cowling, rowling. I hate all of these. Y'all, no memes in this chat. Not allowed. Yeah, Ian, I'm also glad that Polygon and the McElroys dropped him real fast. It is a low bar, but it's good that happened. Somebody asked advice about starting a podcast. This was ages ago. Yeah. Let's see. This is from Mixed Damidemic. Working on starting a podcast about how artists, writers, etc. enact queer theory. Do I have any suggestions or tips that could help? As far as doing a... Hi, Grandpa Glasses. Congratulations on getting a new video out. As far as getting a... as far as getting a podcast off the ground, I mean, they're the basic technical things of just make sure you have a decent microphone or the ability to EQ your audio so that it doesn't sound like garbage, and I don't know, have a concept. Put some work into editing your podcast. I get frustrated listening to shows that have even a fair bit of production, or not production value, have a fair bit of like clout and a following, that just go and they just leave in all of their long pauses. And yeah, podcast dead air. Yeah, Graham, that Jacob, your message sort of confused me because I'm like, well, no, I passed 9,000. Wait, are you talking about the other one? Oh, I don't know. Oh gosh, oof. I don't know. Well, I'm confused now. We'll just walk away. I haven't had anything. I've barely touched this wine, and I'm already just gone. I don't know what's happening anymore. Get me to 10K. Yeah. Oh God. Yikes. Broke, subscribe to PewDiePie. Woke, subscribe. Let's talk about stuff. No, Emily, the first version of your, the first version of your question is the one that gets gone. Who do you success? I don't know. Who do you success? That sounds like a rhetorical. First, just finishing off my thought, McStammy. So as far as like your topic, that your topic sounds good. Just have some notes. Be able to talk openly, and just sort of don't be afraid of your own voice and just say your words. I know that sounds like a dumb bit of advice, but it takes practice to speak into a microphone and communicate when you're in a room where you're not actually talking to anybody. There's actually a great interview with Travis and Justin McElroy talking about their many mistakes doing podcasts over the years. And one of the things they say is like, take the first episode of the podcast that you record and throw it away and then start over with another one. And I think that's a good bit of advice. So just, I don't know. It's something that you figure out slowly over time. But George, let's see, where are we at? George Lawrence, am I down to guest on other podcasts? It depends on the podcast. My Twitter DMs are open. You can send me a message. No one should ever be afraid to invite me onto their podcast, but obviously I reserve the right to investigate what your podcast is and see whether or not I think it's a good fit. But it also doesn't necessarily have to be like trans related. In fact, I would love it very much if it was just sort of anything. Go on Chapo. Oh Lord. I'm not if never listened to Chapo, but go on Chapo. God. If ContraPoints only just got big enough to go on Chapo, I feel like I'm a ways off. And I also have mixed feelings about Chapo. Every time I listen, I feel like I enjoy it and then also don't enjoy it. I don't know. Shrug. I've kind of stopped listening to political podcasts. Let me see. Y'all are just going real fast here. Go on Chapo with Jim Sterling. Yikes. I would love to go on Behind the Bastards. I've actually thought about that. I want to do a podcast with Cody Johnston. I would love to go on the Adventure Zone. Oh, somebody asked if I've listened to the Adventure Zone way, way earlier in the chat, and the answer is yes, I have. I love the Adventure Zone. I actually closed out my video talking about the Adventure Zone, and it's sort of the linchpin of all of my arguments. And when I figured that out, I almost had a panic attack because of how good it is. Loop. Actually, right before I spent the last 3 hours before this before the stream, just watching Taz animations. I found a playlist that was over 1,000 fan-made Adventure Zone animations that were in story order, and I was like, it's amazing how for most of the time they're just like fun, enjoyable ones, and then you hit then you hit oh fuck, what is after pedal? Why am I blank? I don't know. You hit later. You get to a certain point, and suddenly everything gets really sad, and then you get to the Stolen Century and story and song, and you just lose everything, and it's really sad. So the one before the Suffering Game. Oh yeah, the Suffering Game is also really sad. Why can't I remember the Crystal Kingdom? God, yeah. No, you get to the Crystal Kingdom, and that's where things start to get sad, and then from there it just gets sadder. All of the animations. And I have I have seen those the Can't Decide and Bad Guy. Oh, the 11th Hour is also that one's very good, but it's not as sad in the same way. Not as tragic, I guess, although it has its tragic elements. It's all so good. Yeah. And I'm also really enjoying Amnesty. How the hell is Justin McElroy so good at playing role-playing games? Gosh. He's so good. Okay, Emily, you have a legitimate question. I'm giving you a chance. Don't fuck this up. I'm opening the door ever so slightly to chat jail. And if you spit in my face with this, you're going right back in, and I'm throwing away the key. I'm very much a jail abolitionist, but yeah. How do you make sure you don't lose your joy in making videos as time goes on? Okay, Emily. That's a pretty good question. So this is something that I worry about a lot. And the shortest answer to that is that I never force myself to make videos that I don't want to make. So there's always a balance that you're trying to hit between I genuinely want to make this video and I need to make something that has any kind of mainstream appeal whatsoever. Yeah, I would say it's an adequate question. Good one. Thank you, Sarah Z. Sarah, yes. Yeah. Have different names. Eat shit, Grandpa Glasses. But yeah, you're always trying to hit a balance between like something that has mainstream appeal of any variety and something that you actually want to do. So I'm doing the McElroy video now because it feels like something that has the possibility of being a heavy hitter traffic wise. I think it's always hard to guess whenever you're trying to make something that could that you're trying to cash in on any sort of traffic. The thing is, there's not very many like video essays about the McElroys. There's Mikey's video about Monster Factory. There's a Kyle Calgren video about Monster Factory, and there's a handful of others that are relatively smaller. But generally speaking, there aren't that many. So it feels like kind of an untapped area, and everybody fucking loves the McElroys. So it feels like, yeah, you know, you can, there's a potential for it to get pretty high traffic. So the thing is, I could do a lot of other videos there if I wanted. Let's see. I just don't I just don't make myself do videos that I don't want to do. That's basically the short of it. Like next month I'm doing why you should read Homestuck as a video, and partially that's to get in before April, because April 13th is the 10th anniversary of the start of Homestuck. And y'all, I stopped using Sarah Zed. It's Sarah Zedig. That's the name. It's my Twitter name. And Sarah Zed is nowhere in my friggin' YouTube anywhere besides, I guess, my Patreon video. But that's like buried now. It's not even pinned to the front page. I don't understand how people are still doing the confused, like, which one is it, Sarah Z or Sarah Zed? I added an extra consonant to the end. It's Sarah Zedig. Ig. Exactly. That's why I changed it to Sarah Zedig, so it's not Zed anymore, because Z and Zed, people get that confused. Anyway. I know it's phonetically the same, Sarah Z and Sarah Zed, but that's why it's Sarah Zedig. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, like, don't force yourself to get to stick to a formula. Don't always challenge yourself. Don't get complicit. I don't know. I feel like I'm always doing shit differently. But I'm also deeply dissatisfied with everything that I do. And yeah, A and B implies hierarchy. Sarah Zed sword and Sarah Zed shield. Good night. Ugh, Lord. I like that. Okay, let's see. Oh no, would I rather fight one Z-sized Zedig or 100 Z-sized Zeds? Yikes. Oof, that's a conundrum, I guess. All right, let's check the Curious Cat. Let's see where we're at. Oh. Adequate Emily asks, how long until us trans tubers take over left tube and claim our rightful place on top? ContraPoints is the most successful by a long shot, so that's already happened. That's not accurate at all, as far as, I don't know. What's the best portrayal of a trans person in media that I've ever experienced? Just because it's the only one that's on my mind right now, Loop in The Adventure Zone Balance. She is such a fantastic character, and she is canonically trans, but it's not a central part of her her narrative. It's something that informs her, but it isn't like, I don't know. It isn't. They don't make a huge deal out of it. 69 people watching. Wow. That's a good, yeah. So delete that. Oof. So another, let's see, another video making question. What's the most important thing I've learned about the process of making videos, and what's the number one piece of advice I'd give to someone starting out? Most important thing I've learned about the process of making videos, I don't know. I'm still learning. Right now, what I'm trying to do is ease up. I went from feeling like I didn't do enough research, so I compensated for that by delving into these much bigger, more research-heavy projects, and now I'm trying to pull back from that. And the big lesson that I'm trying to internalize now is that I spend more time in my scripts, or I used to spend more time in my scripts, preemptively defending my position than I did actually making my own arguments, because I spent most of my time thinking about what would people say in the comments after they watched the video. And so what I've realized is that you can't make something that is perfect. Your video will never be good enough for you, and you'll always be leaving things out. There will always be arguments that people can make that prove you wrong, and there's nothing you can do about that. So you just have to like just give up. Just give up on being perfect and just fucking do it. And if people are being assholes in the comments, just leave them alone or delete them or turn off the comments or just don't give a shit. I don't know. I guess that's the advice that I'd give to somebody starting out, is just make it. Just make the thing. Don't worry about if your point is perfectly argued. Don't worry about if your style is figured. The thing is, if you're just starting, your first video doesn't matter. Almost nobody's going to watch it, and it's probably not going to be any good. You just have to do it. You make the thing, and then you move on to the next one, because the first one's always the hardest. And then from there, it gets a little bit easier. I will say that it's like writing a book, in that I read a Neil Gaiman quote that was something that he said that he was quoting, which is that you never learn how to write a book. You just learn how to write the book that you wrote. So like you finish writing a book and you're like, finally, I figured it out. And then you get to the next thing and you're like, what the fuck do I do? So the process never really straightens itself out. That's why this video that that's why this McElroy video, like I should have had this out like 3 weeks ago, but I only filmed it yesterday because I just was stuck in this rut of like, well, I was stuck in a rut based on a lot of things. But anyway, yeah, that's the advice that I'd give, is just fucking make the thing. Let's see. Yeah, something is better than nothing. Done is better than perfect. Yes, Sarah, that does mean you should stop obsessively editing the script you finished a month ago and actually start recording shit. It's a good idea to just do it. Just do it. Just make it. Let's see. Oh, since Optimistic Duelists has been in the chat for a while, he asked a question in the Discord server a while back. Who's Homestuck's best girl? And I feel like my answer should be fairly obvious. What with the shirt I'm wearing? Although the answer is actually Calliope. But the answer is actually everyone. Because I love Jade. I've got a figure of her up there. I wonder if you can see it. It's just right here. Little figure of Jade. Let's see. I see... Sarah, yes, there is a Discord, and I'm going to post a link. So, bam. If anybody here hasn't joined my Discord, there's the Discord server link. Go on, jump on in. Sarah Z, get out of here with your Vriska nonsense, your Vriska apologia. It's the thing. I love them all. Optimistic Duelist, that's my goal, honestly. I really like doing videos about a certain subject and just throwing in references to the other like white whales that are around me. So a lot of my early videos especially will have Lost references. One of my favorite ones is in the Star Wars The Force Awakens video. Actually, there's a number of Lost references there, including the one where Damon Lindelof owns a reporter right to his fucking face, which I loved. And yeah, Homestuck references all the time. But somebody asked if I'm doing anything for 413. I am doing a video in March about why you should read Homestuck, and then I don't know if I'm doing anything for 413 specifically. I'll probably do a live stream, but I don't know other official channel stuff. Well, enjoy your shower, Jacob, and thanks for coming by. And yeah, Discord is weird, but you get used to it. Let's see. But one person asked, Queen Zoestra asked if I know how to turn on the power in Frantic Factory. I do not. D20 Sapphire asked if I know how to beat Beaver Bother. I do not. Curiosity asked, how would I react to Evangelion if I were a kid watching it for the first time today, when it comes on Netflix soon? And I honestly don't know. I wonder how people will do... I grew up watching a lot of like giant robot anime. I don't remember any of it. I just remember there being like a haze of Robotech and Gundam. So I have a frame of reference for understanding what Evangelion is a pastiche of, but at the same time, I do recognize that it stands on its own as an emotional narrative. But I do wonder, its emotional maturity isn't as novel as it used to be. There's a lot more anime out today that hits a lot of the same marks, I think, because following in the footsteps of Evangelion. So as far as like neo-biblical imagery, I'm not sure that anything quite comes close. I think Hideki Anno is uniquely suited for... I think Hideki Anno and Hideo Kojima would make for incredible collaborators, honestly, because they both love mysterious bullshit. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good cartoon. and then the weebs revolted. I don't know how people will react. It depends. Well, Mixed Emmy, you'll be able to watch Evangelion soon because it's about to come on Netflix, which is great. Optimistic Duelist, sooner or later, I'm going to finish watching Utena. I just finished my rewatch of Steven Universe, so once I'm done editing this McElroy video, I will start actually watching Utena, which I'm excited about. Um, what do I think of Denise on Twin Peaks? I love her. She's wonderful and good. It's a little weird that she's played by a cis dude, but at the same time, I don't get too caught up about it. So, Grandpa Glasses, we have a like a private chat. I know I saw your message about needing voice lines quid pro quo. Like I gotcha. You don't have to like at me in the chat. I'm right there with you. I have not seen The God Warrior Destroys Tokyo, but I am aware of it and I've seen clips. Esmeralda, do I have any hot takes about Steven Universe? Not really, unless it's good is a hot take, which I guess in many corners is a hot take. I cried a lot in my rewatch. Everything about it is really well supported within the text. I'm not going to go into spoilers because I don't know who. Oh, thanks, Sarah Z. Sarah Zed. Thank you, Sarah Zed. Have a good night, and it's been fun talking to you. I don't know what's the deal with airline food. Oh, something tells me this is going to be a disappointingly small amount of wine. That's respectable-ish. God, I really should have bought a box, huh? Gotta get that last drop out of there. I don't generally believe in spoilers either, but I also know that a lot of people do. And, you know, I think Steven Universe is a very good show. And if somebody feels like they need the surprise in order to watch it, like if something ruins them and they decide not to watch it, you know, I feel bad because they should watch it. So I liked the end of whatever this phase is because they have said that there's more after this most recent episode. But I have ideas for where the show could go from here. But on the whole, I just really like the show, you know? Oh, Serena Campbell. That's the saddest story I ever heard. Yeah, Grandpa Glasses, it's definitely going to have more episodes. That's one of the ideas. No, I think what it's going to do is explore, I guess, gem racism more explicitly. If we've got all of these new gems introduced into the cast and all, the cast system itself kind of demolished, literally, I do think that going forward, it's going to. I don't think that the matter is settled when it comes to the diamonds, is what I'll say. So it's like, I imagine that we're going to deal less with Homeworld directly. Well, I don't know. It's hard. That's sort of where I am, is I think that they're going to do more about like, there's that. And I also wonder about the origins of the diamonds and of like the gem organism altogether. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, hey, Burb, welcome. Oh, we're at 69 again, huh? I guess that means it is time to post that link again. Let's see where we're at. Oh, dang. What? Okay. Why? Somebody just somebody randomly just added me in an old con. What the fuck? I'm gonna ignore that for now. There goes my heating again. Just gonna grab this. No. Just go to me. Yeah. Nope. Hush. Okay. You're right. I still haven't played a ditty on my guitar. Let's see. Where are we at? Where are we at? Dead name is your sis Sona. I like that. And I also hate it. Let's see. Serena from chat asked if I have thoughts on the stuff going on with Big Joel / Sargon, the false flagging, all that. I mean, obviously, I side with Big Joel because I've got his channel, his video mirrored on my channel. But like, I didn't watch the live stream. I didn't see that anything. I haven't watched Sargon's video. But like every single thing that I've seen about it, when I am astounded at people who are putting anything against Big Joel. Henry is like such an even. He's so even tempered and calm and nice and like kind. I don't get it. And I do get it. The point is that Sargon and his ilk are not critical thinkers. They're just, I don't know, dinguses. Just a bunch of fools rolling around in the ideological mud. I don't know what that means. Yeah, they're propagandists. That's a great way to put it. They're propagandists. Also, I like your XRXaholic. I like your name reference there. That's quite good. Yeah, they're propagandists and tools. Yeah, it's dumb. Hello. Yeah. It just all it really proves to me is that they don't nothing really matters, and they don't really believe anything besides just like, I don't know, somebody pointed out free speech advocates tend to be the ones who don't believe in free speech the least, because it's like, as a free speech, fuck, my thoughts are scattered. This always happens at a certain point. Because at a certain point, they anything that's critical of them, they just outright refuse. So it's like, it doesn't matter. They want the freedom to be able to say whatever they want to say without hearing any sort of criticism of it. That's basically what it is. Yeah. Noir Raven, yeah, they only support free speech when it matches their free speech. That's about it. They're the Caliborns of the world. You nailed it there, Optimistic Duelist. Thank you. Oh, like my Michael Clayton video. Well, thank you, Sopa de Caracol. I have always wanted to do an actual structured video essay about Michael Clayton, because it's one of my favorite films. I won a writing award for an essay that I wrote about Michael Clayton. Okay, so, well, let's see. Ugh. Oh, that's awful. Optimistic Duelist just sort of won the chat. Sargon of Akkad, sometime within this year, I have committed through a pledge of personal beautification to try doing less misogyny and start doing more pro-sogyny. In fact, I fucking love sogyny. Oh no. It's a good Caliborn reference. That little bastard. Right. So I have, if y'all follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen, there's like this one person, or maybe it's two people, I don't know. Maybe it's just a bunch of people. But there's somebody who keeps trolling me with these incredibly suggestive, like, leading questions. The most obvious one is like, why do you think it's inevitable that fascism is gonna win? But there's a bunch of stuff like that that's sort of really clear in what it's trying to do. And so I have one here in Curious Cat that is, why do you think people have begun talking past each other in politics without ever really engaging with each other? And that one's fun. So the point of these questions is to try to catch me in something that they can then like attack and contradict. So the obvious like gut reaction, bye Nick, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you being here and also for giving me money. I really like it. I really like the money you gave me. 701 gang, huh? Wow. Why do I think it's inevitable that fascism will suck these nuts, because that's all fascism is good for. But yeah, so this question, why do I think people have begun talking past each other in politics without ever really engaging with each other? The obvious gut reaction answer is, well, it's the times we're living in today. Everything is so polarized, and everything's a life or death issue, and that's why everybody's talking past each other. But I think that is acknowledging a false premise, when the reality is that, yeah, we've been talking past each other forever. This is just like, people talk about, oh, things are so polarized now, and back in the day we used to agree, and it's clearly like, have you paid attention to like history? Because Martin Luther King Jr. said that the biggest opponent of the civil rights movement was the white moderate. Like, this shit's been going on forever, where people are just sort of like talking past each other and sort of assuming that they know better, and like, it's bullshit. It's dumb. It's a false premise. Nostalgia by Adrian Veidt. Oof. Yeah. A drain Vedit. Gosh. And this person also sent in a question earlier that was like, no, I'm not even going to deal with that. Well, dang, we burned through all the Curious Cat questions now. Oh, what's this notification I got? Cool. Ooh, 5 notifications. Now I gotta stop. Let's see if oh, Pash on Discord asked my thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2. I want to catch up on. The civil rights movement would have done much better if Sam Harris had invited MLK onto his podcast. Ooh. Sopaday Caracol. Yeah, I agree that I would like to see more content that is imagining a better future as opposed to just reacting to the right. That's sort of what I am trying to do. I don't know, as more time goes on, I get more and more frustrated with the sort of stock approach that we have to attack their arguments and everything, and approach with any sort of like reasoned. I in my McElroy video, as you'll see, I make some interesting assumptions about what everybody agrees with vis-a-vis fascism. And it's basically, the point is like, I'm just not even going to play to anybody who disagrees with what I'm saying. And I'm just not even going to acknowledge the idea that like, oh, maybe fascism is okay. So like, I just, I don't know. I'm trying to be more optimistic and not just reactive all the time. I don't know. Right. My actual thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2. Fascism is when SJWs criticize. Mm-hmm. That's the real fascism. Already almost burned through this. Dang it. Oh yeah, I'm into film. Do I have a favorite that I think should be in the Criterion collection? I would really like to see Nobody Knows by oh, why can't I remember his name? He's one of my favorite filmmakers. I'm gonna make myself remember his name. Um, I've got Yoshiaki Koizumi stuck in my brain, and that's not who he is. He's the uh, he's Nintendo's guy. Hold on, where are we at? By Hirokazu Koreeda. That's right. Um, I would like to see Nobody Knows by Hirokazu Koreeda on the Criterion. I would like to see more Koreeda on the Criterion Collection in general. He's an excellent Japanese filmmaker. What else? What other film would I like to see? I would really like to see The Perks of Being a Wallflower on the Criterion Collection, just because it's a good movie. I don't know if it would actually fit. But then again, I mean, Armageddon is in the Criterion Collection, so why not The Perks of Being a Wallflower? That's a movie. That's a movie that I'm eventually going to do a video about someday. That's one that I've wanted to do a video about for ages. Oh, fine. Any films to follow up after Shoplifters? I actually still haven't seen Shoplifters. I need to. I mean, his entire filmography is really good. Nobody Knows is still one of my favorite films that he's ever done, although it's kind of hard to find. Still Walking is on XRXaholic. Is that a joke? That you'd love to see Stalker on Criterion? But Stalker is the only... yes, it is on Criterion. Stalker is on Criterion. It's got a big remaster and everything. But yeah, this is the only Koreeda that's in the collection, and it is a very good movie. I've watched it a number of times, and it kills me. It's a great food movie. Yes, the Soviet film. Yeah, if there were any, when I was thinking of yes, that's Tarkovsky. When I was thinking of doing grad school, I, for a long time, thought that I wanted to specialize in Japanese film because I don't know. I've seen a lot of Japanese film, and it's the area of not my expertise, but it's just an area that I feel like I know slightly more about than average. I don't know. Emily, you want to make a video about Woman in the Dunes, huh? Okay. That's fine. I love that movie. And I guess I don't really have much to say about it, so you might as well. Um, um, but I love that director, and for some reason I can't remember his name. I have all. Oh wait, no, it's all on my. It's all on my personal drive now. Well, dang it. Oh, what's his damn name? Oh yeah, Throne of Blood is wonderful. Oh. What is his name? This is always so frustrating because when it's like when I'm pushing a certain level of lack of sleep and or a certain level of inebriation, my ability to remember names. Hiroshi Teshigahara. God damn it. See, I knew you were going to look it up and I was trying to challenge myself to remember it, but I wasn't going to get that because it's H. And for whatever reason, I'm stuck in Y. I get stuck on certain names. So it was like Yoshiaki Koizumi was getting in the way of Hirokazu Koreeda, and I would never have gotten Hiroshi Teshigahara from that. I should have. They're very similar in sounds. Yeah, shit, Emily. I don't care. All right. But yeah, I love Pitfall and I love Face of Another, which are the three films of his that have gotten Criterion releases from a DVD release that is now out of print. Now you can only find Woman in the Dunes easily. But yeah, I love Hiroshi Teshigahara. Anyway, what are some other questions? Let's get this party to continue. Ask more questions in the Curious Cat. So that's in the description. Boop. How am I today, Serena? I am good. I'm pretty good. I got my next video sequenced up, which means I took the 2.5 hours of footage and edited it down to the 35-minute rough cut. And now I've just got to go through and finish it. And I'll probably have that done in hopefully less than a week, but we'll see. Who are my favorite YouTubers? Let's see. Who am I watching a lot of lately? Emily, you've got 2 videos up. Chill out, all right? You're just getting started. Your stuff's all right. You got work to do, but you're getting there. It's okay. I don't mean that to be mean. It's like your stuff is good. Well, she has two video essays and then her film that she made like a year ago, right? Or have you uploaded a third one since that other one? Okay, Joe, so I did see your questions on Curious Cat, and I don't have the ability um to think about to get through this right now, so I can't quite do that. Oh, hey. Um um how long does it take to film a video? I uh let's see. So it depends. I can yeah, I'm sorry, Joe. I will address your question at some point, and I might sit down. It's just like it's a lot to read at the moment. I'm sorry, Emily. It's just my brain right now. I can't come up with names. I'm very bad at this. Thanks for coming by, Emily. You have a good night. Um, oh, I don't have an opinion between Marx and Kropotkin. I have not read either, so um, I can look at whatever is in my subscriptions right now, although it's on the wrong account, so I can't do that. Can't even see my watch history. I don't know. I'm bad at this. Right. How long does it take me to shoot a video? So yesterday it took me, I think I finished writing the script around 1, I want to say 1 or 2 p.m. And then I took 2 hours to set up and get my makeup on and find a costume I liked. And then I recorded for, I think I went for like 3.5 to 4 hours. So it takes a while. It's like 5 or 6 hours to get everything all situated. But that's because I do things in about the hardest way possible because my teleprompter is garbage. Anyway, yeah, so I posted the Curious Cat link. I'm going to post it again because I got to take a quick break. So, oh God, how long does it take me to write a script? For fucking ever is the answer. Or overnight. It really depends. Some scripts take forever, some scripts don't. So, thanks for coming by, Dorian. So there's the Curious Cat link. I've got to step off for a minute and clear my brain for a second. I will be back. So send me questions on Curious Cat, and I don't know, throw $7 in Descent at me because I'm just greedy as F. I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute. Why are y'all talking about the Oscars? Y'all best just chill about them Oscars. I don't even care. Whoa. Yo, 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 yo. Chill, chill. Whoops. My bad. Kind of blew my own cover there for a second. mm. Sarah Sunflower, I would love to surgically remove your brain, but I can't. I don't know where you are. I'd come to your house and do it, but I can't, alas. Alexandria, I don't get migraines, which is nice. I don't know. I know a lot of people who do, and they seem to run in my family, so I'm kind of waiting for that to happen. But no, so far I'm thankfully quite free of migraines. I get dehydration headaches a lot, but that's more Spiro's fault than anything. And if I chug half a jar of pickle juice, I'm fine. Although, whoops, is my camera still good? Yeah. Speaking of, I'm gonna take my estradiol. Look at that little titty skittle. So, yeah, I'm working on that titty harvest. It's coming along slowly but surely. Surprisingly, no, it was not difficult for me to get hormones where I am. I think I just got very lucky with my circumstances. So I didn't have that much of a problem with it. But I know a lot of people who have, I don't know. Hey Momo, I am also consuming estrogen at the moment. It's under my tongue, slowly dissolving. Oh no, Alexandria, that sucks. You should not be broke. Capitalism sucks. You should have your hormones. Thank you, Spoop Dog, for congratulating me on 9,000 subs. I'm pretty happy about it. So I've had a couple people ask me about music, and I'm sad to say that I love music, obviously, but like I don't have a ton to say about it, and I don't know. I just sort of listen to whatever Spotify throws my way. Like these days, I've been listening to a lot of synthwave stuff, but You know, I'm I've always been bad when it comes to music because there's a lot of names to remember. Like, what's your favorite song from your favorite album from your favorite band? I can't. There are albums that I've listened to a million times, and I don't know the names of more than a single song off of them. That's just kind of. I don't know who Poppy is, so there you go with that. Hey, God, the heat comes on again. Let's see. Wish my girlfriend were awake. I'd get her to pester me with questions. Esper Fitzroy, usually the song tells you the name of the song. Number one, quite a few songs don't include the name of the song in the lyrics of the song. Number two, quite a few songs don't have lyrics. Number three, this entire question / statement is premised on the idea that you hear lyrics when you listen to music, which I don't. I have to actually force myself to listen specifically to the words and block everything else out before I am able to hear the lyrics. Oh, George Lawrence. Oh, going until 1:30. I can't do that. I imagine I'll be going for another like 30 minutes at best, and then I've got to go because like I can't derail my sleep schedule again. That's the whole point of not doing not doing streams as much lately. I know we were up until like 5 a.m. last time, Sarah. That's why I'm fucking putting a hard limit on myself. I'm already pushing past the hard limit that I set for myself earlier. I just I mean, I've got a video that I've recorded that I need to be working on. I cannot sleep until noon tomorrow. I get most of my work done in the morning, so that's where I am there. But no, this is actually an issue with me when it comes to music, is that I only ever pay attention to rhythm and melody and beat and like the instrumental components, and I will hear the how a voice sounds when they're singing, but I'm sorry, George. Thank you for the money that you gave me, and I hate to turn down an extra $7, but that's the world we live in, I guess. Have a good night working, I guess. I mean, there are songs that I can play on the guitar that I still will like look at the lyrics written down, and I'm like, oh hey, I didn't realize that that's what that song was about. There are a couple of brand new albums that I've listened to probably actually thousands of times, and then I listen to them with the lyrics in front of me. Actually, this is a better example. I've listened to a lot of Pink Floyd albums quite a few times, and then a few semesters ago I had I had a class that was about basically just adaptations of different works. So we read Animal Farm, and then we listened to Pink Floyd's Animals, and we listened to that in class, and the professor actually printed out the lyrics for us. So this was the first time that I'd ever had the lyrics in front of me and was forced to read them as I just listened to the entire album. And like, that's one of my favorite Pink Floyd albums. I know that album front to back, and I never knew it had a story. I never knew that it actually had things that it was about. And just listening to it, paying attention to the lyrics with the lyric sheet in front of me, it's like, oh shit, this album got themes. So that's how I listen to music. So it always makes it hard for me to, like, when people start talking about lyrics and like what things meant for them, it gets difficult for me in those conversations. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Burb, it's okay. About not sending me the Smuppet that you've made. I know you're knitting a hat and or I guess saving money for shipping. Oh, Sarah. That's a mood. Only listened to lesbian musicians and kept thinking, I wish I were a lesbian, but I'm a guy. I've literally found journal entries from years ago that, like, basically literally said, I wish I was a lesbian in love with a woman, but I can't be. Oh. But I am now. And I've got a girlfriend. And she's super cool. And hopefully she'll be able to, well, definitely eventually she'll join me on a stream, but hopefully it'll happen in like April when she's able to come visit. If she's able to come visit, it depends on things that happen soon. But whenever we do get together in person, she'll definitely be on stream with me. We've already talked about that, but I don't know. That'd be an interesting stream. Ugh. Gosh, what would the donation incentives for that be? Oh no. Yikes. Oh, whoops. How big of a time difference? It's substantial. Yeah, that's the other thing, Sarah, is that like my style has always been kind of like tomboy-esque. That's always what I liked, but that makes it so much more difficult to do the to come out as trans, because it's like, well, I don't, I like dresses, but that's not really my thing. Like on a day-to-day basis, I'm more of a, I don't know, kind of. Last time I was in Texas hanging out with May and Elliot, we were talking about this, and they pinned me down as sort of like a thrift store hipster girl, and I realized, oh shit, that is my aesthetic, isn't it? That's always been kind of the style that I always really liked, looking at like cis women, and so that's kind of where I've been leaning towards. Is I think she actually described me as like a mall hipster, which I felt like was sort of a backhanded compliment, which is kind of a lot of what she says. It's like a backhanded, but in a nice way. Oh wow, look at all the stream friends. Neat. Sarah, did you get into the Discord? I feel like you must have, right? I just don't see your name here, but I don't know what your Discord name is. Oh, Peyton Quinn, that's frustrating. uh, yeah, I'm a boy. Oh, so you're like a tomboy. What? What? Yeah, that sucks. That's frustrating. Okay, cool. Thanks, Sarah. Um, Hello, Tippy Heart. Welcome. How are we looking on numbers here? Where are we at? What's our view count now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jeez. Y'all gave me money tonight. What the fuck is up with that? 42. That's pretty good. Now it's up to 43. Cool. It's weird asking for money. Like, I don't know. It feels wrong somehow, even though this is literally what I'm living off of right now. And I don't know. Stretch. Oh, jeez. What else we got, y'all? What are we thinking? Oh. Craig, okay, your Asian man profile pic. I forgot about that. Okay, consider it. Oh my god. In a stream ages ago, Craig was here, and I don't remember the circumstances of this, but I basically told him to Google the name Craig and change his profile pic to the first picture that he found, and he got that one. I can't believe that you've stuck with it for that long. Holy shit. I never would have remembered if you hadn't pointed it out, Craig. You could have been stuck with this for the rest of your life. Okay, consider it your debt is released. You are allowed to change your profile picture now. Does my chat block the word poison? That's weird. $701th pick. Woo! Oh, the bracelet. It broke. As I was finishing it, it like ripped in twain. Whoops. And oh, prison, right. Duh. Does it Oh yeah, switch to live chat. Dang it. Whoa! Peyton Quinn. My trans daughter was made homeless a month ago. Today we got her permanent housing. I'm so incredibly relieved. Here's passing the good vibes on. Oh my god, Peyton. I'm so glad that you got her permanent housing. That is so fucking scary. And thank you for your donation. I'm very happy for your daughter and for you. And Holy shit. It's kind of frightening how easy it is to slip into homelessness when the support systems aren't in place where they should be. And I'm guessing by the fact that you've donated in pounds that you're in the UK, and like there's, I guess, I mean, yeah, the UK has a lot of transphobia, but in general, there seems to be more of like a social safety net than here in the States, at least as regards to like medical care. So I don't know. I actually don't know. I literally know nothing, so I shouldn't say anything. But I'm glad that your daughter got housing. That's really good, and thank you so much for your donation. That means a lot. Hmm. Oh yeah, my bracelet. It broke. And then I found a shoelace, a brown shoelace that actually just happened to be perfect for this rook skull. So I did that because it doesn't really look like a shoelace. So yeah, nothing that I made by hand, but it still looks pretty good. Oh, I'm gonna start doing vocal training in the morning. Hmm. I'm sorry it's been such a rough month, Peyton, but I'm glad that y'all had support. Uh, Caesar, thank you for coming by. Have a good night. It's been fun. Hmm. Hmm. What else we got? What else is going on in life? Dad had to open your nail polish with pliers because it was stuck. I feel that. Y'all, my arm strength has just gone down the tube, and I was not a strong person before starting HRT. I've I have my arms are just weak little noodles. I can't do anything. The last several times I've had to open pickle jars, it's like, why have I gotten so bad at this? What has happened? What has happened? um hmm. Yeah, I've been meaning to do vocal training for a while, but I'm only doing it right now because my girlfriend is helping me, um, or my girlfriend is also doing vocal training, so we're doing it together. Let's see. Oh, Peyton, I'm glad that you're enjoying Twin Peaks. It's always nice to hear that it's always nice to hear that people get into stuff like that because of my recommendation. So I've had a couple of people start reading Homestuck in my Discord server, based on my recommendation, and they've really liked it. So when people say, I've had a number of people tell me that they've started watching Twin Peaks as a result of that one video. So someday, it'll be even better, hopefully, when I've done the next 7 videos in the Twin Peaks series. Oh, oh God. I'm in hell. I've put myself in hell. But it's a good hell. It's a hell of my own making. One good way to open pickle jars and jars in general is to take a butter knife and slot it under the side and just sort of use some leverage to pop some air into the jar, and that releases the tension. You can flip. Craig Troutman, the book version of Homestuck is good. I have the books over here. My only hesitation there is that you should keep in mind that the author's notes at the bottom are very spoilery, so be careful. The author's notes are not friendly to new readers, but they're good. The Act 1 book helped me recontextualize a lot of the stuff that I missed in my first read through. What else we got? I'm trying to see if there's any other fun things. I haven't seen Pash in the chat at all, and I know I brought it up earlier, but like, oh, good night, Zoe. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah. No, I have not seen Alita. Whoops, I have not seen Alita. I'm curious to see it. I probably won't see it for a while. And I have not read it. Hello, George Lawrence again. Yeah, so on Discord, Pash asked why my actual thoughts on a certain cowboy adjacent open world video game sequel, and basically my thoughts are that it's like so you have all of these realistic elements. You playing. I've played the first 2 hours of Red Dead Redemption 2. A friend got it for me for Christmas, despite me saying that I didn't want anything to do with it. And from there, I decided to pop it in and give it a shot. And I played through the first 2 hours and felt gross, so I uninstalled it and sold it. And that money is going to pay for a new copy of Nier Automata as soon as it's nice enough outside for me to be able to get to the game store. But the thing with Red Dead Redemption 2 is that you've got all of these realistic elements that are, meant to create this sense of like weight and immersion. So, there's the snow that's beautifully rendered where it leaves realistic tracks that persist, and you have all of these like time sink mini games of cleaning your gun, feeding your horse, doing all of this other shit. And it's when you're in a place and you're looting stuff, if you open a cabinet, you have to loot each individual item with a specific button press. You can't just like hold X and grab everything. You have to play through each animation of grabbing something and putting it in your pocket. And I don't know. There's so many of these things where like your horse has a stamina and a hunger meter, and you've got all these meters. It's all about realism. And the thing about all of these elements of realism is that I'm fine with them in a game about living out in the West, and it's like a realistic experience of like surviving in the world, where the whole point is like it's a survival simulator. But then you get into combat and you're fighting against literally an army of dudes. Like the first combat encounter you have is with like 6 or 7 dudes, and then the next one after that is probably like 30 that you have to kill. And it's, I mean, you take so many bullets before you fall down. And it's like, okay, so and of course, obviously, like, your guns are accurate. And basically, like, the realism only goes as far as it can superficially give you the sense of a weighty, realistic world without actually interrupting the core gameplay loop that involves actual like the fun part of the game. And considering Rockstar's core demographic and their sort of status as like prestige AAA game development, super hard eye roll, all I can think is that this is a game that's scientifically designed to show off how much time and money they put into this this game. So there's all these elements of polish that make it look expensive and realistic, and they're all also time sinks. They're, like George Lawrence says, busy work. And then you get to combat, and what it should be is you wind up with a standoff like 1 or 2 people, or like a house of 3 people is very dangerous, and potentially like you don't know if you'll be able to survive an encounter with that many people. And like you would only be able to take 1 or 2 bullets before you died, or maybe you could take more. It's random, who knows. If you're really going for the realism, you go the whole way. Molly, hello, welcome. Why are you awake? But that's the basically the sum of my problems with now I'm halfway reading the chat, and like the sum of my problems with Red Dead Redemption 2 are that it's essentially mathematically designed to seem fancy, and like it's so polished in this very specific way that any reviewer is like, well, they put so much work into making it look good and feel good and like behave in a certain way that it has to be good. And every single element of the game is designed to take up as much time as possible. So by by the time that you get to a point where you're like by the time a game reviewer gets to a point where they step away from it, they're like, oh, well, I spent 60 hours in this game. I guess it must be good. It's just, I don't know. It's a blatant time sink that just hacks your mind into thinking it's good. It's a garbage game, and it's not worth the suffering that it caused to make. So fuck it. Fuck Red Dead Redemption 2. That's my take. Yeah, sunk cost fallacy, the game, exactly. Grandpa Glasses, do you rent or buy Black Klansman? I imagine rent because I'm not a fan of Spike Lee, so I don't know. I imagine that Black Klansman is highly overrated. I don't know. That's how I feel about most of his films. Maybe that's a controversial thing to say. I don't know. I played the first Red Dead Redemption all the way through, and I enjoyed it. I actually thought it was the best game ever made at the time. I'm sure I would disagree with that now. Yeah, Portal 2 is still one of my favorite games, Serena. It'll probably never not be one of my top whatever. And Portal 1, I don't know, fuck Portal, fuck Valve. It's all trash. I don't know. I still really enjoy those games. I don't know. My feeling on no gods, no kings, nothing. It's all trash. Throw it all in the garbage. Who cares? All art is nonsense. Get rid of it. I haven't played Dead Cells yet. I still want to, despite some weird ableist jokes it makes, apparently. I don't know. I will probably still play it eventually. Oh, Sonic Adventure 2 is still the best game ever made. There's no contest there. I still haven't finished Mother 3, and by finished, I mean played. I've played the first, 2 hours of Mother 3, and I need to get back to it. There's so many things I need to get back to. That's a bad joke I just made elsewhere. Oh yeah, Eternal Darkness is very good. Still hoping for HD remake of that someday. That would be nice. Yeah, the insanity and effects in that game were amazing for the time and are today probably kind of dated, but oh well. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, oh, somebody just pledged $7.01 on Patreon. Oh, the meme is real now. Oh, hell. Okay. Cool. Oh, Lord. Um, if I ever played Soma, I started playing it a bunch of times and then I never get very far. I should have memed a higher number. I didn't meme that number, is the thing. It just happened. Somebody suggested that they give me $7.01, and then everybody was like, make 701 a meme. And I said, no memes. And that is apparently the thing to do if you want something to become a meme for sure. So there you go. Serena, I don't get the 701 thing either. People just decided it was a thing. This is the internet. Just arbitrary. I hate it. The best Sonic game is the Sonic Dreams collection. That's my hot take of the evening. Well, yeah, I said I was $7 short for AdSense. I just don't know where the 1 cent came from. I guess just from get 1 cent higher, whatever. Oh, Lord help me. Oh, that's a weird thing I could do. I'm still like puzzling over in my brain. I like how I'm pointing at my brain just to make sure you know what organ I'm referring to when I say that. I'm puzzling over all the time, like, how do I get people to want to give me money on chat or whatever? And the thought I just had is like, I will read a message that you send in a silly voice. I don't know. Maybe that's something people would buy into. People gave me money to play a song. Oh, the brain. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really like I really like Cabernet Sauvignon as far as wine is concerned. I actually really like beer. My oh, George, thank you for coming back. But have a good night. Yeah, we're the weird ones, Joe. Uh-huh. Uh but I also really like stouts. As a beer person, I one of my favorite. Burb, don't tell me when to go to bed. You're a baby. You're just a little bird. What are you even doing? Still have time to like Cabinet Sauvignon. Agreed. Cabinet Sauvignon. The fact, right? Yeah, beer. I don't know. Uh, I've stepped away from drinking beer as much though because it's I don't know, it upsets my stomach at times, and it's also uh generally more expensive. If you're like me and you prefer stuff that is uh, uh, good. So there are a couple of breweries here in Oklahoma that are quite good. Um, I'm not much of a fan of like straight alcohol, like straight liquor. I've never really been able to do that. It always just makes me feel like I'm dying, which maybe is the point. But like, I used to do shots a lot with my college friends, and I hate it. I just hate it. And yeah, Burb, I know I said that I would go to bed, you know, in half an hour, 35 minutes ago. But, oh, here. You didn't have to give me $2 to yell at me. Um, I'll probably go for another 15, 20 minutes, depending. I will do a sleep eventually, Burb. Okay? Someday. Sooner or later. I have my reasons for deciding to stay awake, okay? Don't even with your judgments. uh Oh, don't do alcohol and weed at the same time. I guess it's fine. I just like the people that I smoked and drank with went super hard on both, and I gotta stop twirling pens. Um, I had a real bad time. uh, and for a long time, the only time I'd ever smoked weed was while getting super drunk and smoking way too much. So like it was I specifically remember at one point uh like tumbling out into the front yard of whatever house I was at, and like falling backwards onto the lawn and like staring up at the stars and like clutching onto the grass because I was certain that I was going to fall into the sky. It was a bad time. Um, I don't know. I always like the idea of smoking weed because I know a lot of people who do it all the time, and that it helps them be creative or whatever, and like chills them out. But every time I smoke weed, and even when I do it in like moderate doses, uh, it just renders me incapable of conscious thought, which is nice. It's a nice feeling because I think too much. But like, I remember at one point going over to a friend's house, and this was when I was still working very hard on doing a metamodernism series. I They were asking me to explain, what is metamodernism, and I got about like two sentences in before realizing, like, I had to stop and say, "Hey, so I can't remember the last word I said when I start a new word. I've lost my ability to think." And he thought that he was like frustrating me with his questions because he does have a tendency to be like sort of a dick. But I was like, "No, don't feel bad. I literally can't string my thoughts together right now." So, yeah, I don't know. Um, where the dang old 40 still? Wow. Um, I was hoping someone would pop up with some hot questions, but I guess not. Oh. Yeah, weed makes you more disassociated. That sucks. That's a bad time, Burb. I hate to see that happen for sure. Yeah. Probably gonna wrap this up soon. Just thoughts on Sandman. I like Sandman. Sandman's one of my favorite comics. What's the next new film I plan on watching, and why is it already bad? The next new film I plan on watching, honestly, the next film I plan on seeing in theaters is it's probably going to be Captain Marvel, and see you later, Lepidoptera lady. I don't know why you're sorry, but thanks for being around. I imagine Captain Marvel will be fine as a movie. I like the Marvel movies generally, but I don't tend to engage with them too critically. It's being downvoted by Chuds versus its Air Force propaganda. I mean, yeah, it is Air Force propaganda. It's Captain Marvel, but I like that stuff. I don't know. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be fine. But I'm also probably going to see The Man Who Killed Don Quixote in theaters because I have friends who want to go see it, and it's showing for like a day. And I imagine I'm just going to be very annoyed throughout the whole thing. And they're going to come out and be like, oh, wow, that was really good. Isn't Terry Gilliam such a genius? And I'll be like, hey, too bad he hates trans people and also isn't a good filmmaker. Whoops, I'm sorry. Did I say that? It's been fun. Drop me off at my house, please. What's funny about that... God. What's funny about that joke is that... I probably wouldn't be able to say that much because they don't tend to let me get too many words in edgewise. So I'd probably just be sitting in silence like, yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good, it's okay movie. I know I need sleep. I'm working on it, dang it. Anxieties about the Dune reboot. I don't really have any. I think it'll be good. I really like Denis Villeneuve. I want to see him make anything that he does. I'm on board for, and I like David Lynch's Dune, even though I think it is very flawed. It still has a lot of really nice things about it, really weird, wonderful, stupid things about it, but. I don't know. I've never read Dune, so I don't have like feelings so much in that regard. Horror film recommendations. 90s Japanese horror is very good. Like Ringu, Cairo, Ju-on, all of which saw American remakes. Did Cairo see an American remake? I know there was a film called Pulse, but I don't know if it was a remake of Cairo. If you're looking for something that's more along the lines of Gremlins, I highly recommend Krampus. That's a fucking great movie. What else? The Witch is an excellent film. That is spooky in a lot of interesting ways that we don't see too often. Hagazusa? I don't know what that is. Molly, explain yourself. What is Hagazusa? I know I'm mispronouncing that. A random good movie to watch on Netflix. Burb, I don't know what Merzbow is. A random good movie to watch that's on Netflix. That narrows the pool significantly. My first instinct was to say Russian Doll, which isn't a movie, but I mean, it's 8 episodes of 30 minutes apiece, so it's like a 4-hour movie. Is Strange Days on Netflix? I don't think it is anymore. That's an interesting movie. Do I like goth girls? No. I don't like goth girls. I mean, I am a fan of girls generally. And I don't mind getting stepped on by a goth girl every now and again. I don't know. I'm amazed I got the pronunciation right. It's a film about a socially isolated woman raised by her mom who the people in the local village decide is a witch. Sloba has amazing music. It will give trauma. Awesome. That sounds great. I'll have to check that out. Okay. Hagazusa. Neat. I will actually write that down. Oh no, I dropped my pen. There it is. Bam. Okay, any final thoughts? Any pressing last questions? I'm going to give us like 5 to 10 minutes. What do we got on the mind? What are some pressing concerns of our age now in this time of our greatest need? I'm wearing a cute shirt. Thank you, Molly. It's a character in Homestuck that you haven't met yet. Or are you talking about this? I almost wore this in the McElroy video with the with this wonderful number. I've had a lot of questions about bees and yellow tonight, and I don't get it, and I imagine that's the point. And the answer is yes to both, I guess. But yeah, I almost wore this with this in my my McElroy video, but I went with the dark blazer just because I felt like the red notes in this clashed with that top. Do I like glitter? Not particularly. It's I don't know, it's rough and it's coarse and it gets everywhere. It's just frustrating. I haven't seen Hobo with a Shotgun. It's been on my list forever. I wonder if I will like it as much as I would have liked it back when it came out. I don't know. My tastes have gotten so much more complicated since then. Oh, dang. People should pay me to do their stupid witch voice. Yikes. I think I'm going to do that next live stream. Have some sort of, like, give me this much money and a few lines of whatever, and I'll... God, that's such a dumb thing. What an awful dystopia we live in these days, where it's like, how can I do silly things enough that people will give me money? Whatever. I mean, I guess it's not terribly different from busking. Oh, God. Being an online content creator is just busking with extra steps. Huh. Okay. Cool. I agree, Serena, that Kirby is an agender lesbian. Isn't lesbianness inherently gendered? I mean, I don't know. Definitionally, yes, I guess. But I don't know. The concept of gender is bunk anyway. It's all nonsense words. They're just things that we made up. Words can mean whatever we want them to mean. Nothing matters. It's all trash. Throw it in the dumpster. Start from scratch. That's my hot take of the day. How many of those have I had so far? A bunch. Stop calling me cute. Okay. I'm going to go to bed now. Yeah, Burb, I'm doing it. I'm doing the bed. Thank you for the money you gave me 20 minutes ago to tell me to go to bed. It's been a good time, y'all. Thank you so much for getting me to 9,000 subscribers. It's kind of amazing to see how far I've come in such a short time. So, once any person with a gender not conforming to the binary enters the conversation, the language of the binary breaks down in the face of this contradiction. I agree, Molly. And good night to you. Hot take of the day calendar. Oh, no. I love that idea. Oh, no. I love that idea. Oh, God. I'm literally writing that down. Oh, no. That's going to be my truck nuts. Except I didn't come up with it. Anyway, yeah. thank you all for helping support me to get where I am today. And I'll be back streaming again after my next video comes out, which it'll be coming out hopefully within 5 days. I wanted to have it out by Friday. That is extraordinarily optimistic at this point. Realistically, it'll be out next Friday, but I would like to get it out sooner. We'll see. But it'll be out soon enough, and I think it'll be good. And then after that, I'll do a live stream again, and we'll have more fun, and hopefully I'll be more here in, this is the brain area, if you remember. Okay. Y'all have a good night, and sleep well, those of you who are in a place where sleep happens. And I'll see you again in the future.